You need to learn to protect your peace at all cost. You need to learn how to keep distractions out of your life. And you need to be able to don't fall into the habit of listening to your brain. When your brain gets noisy, right? When you start hearing the voices that tells you, I need, right? I want to take my phone and I want to go on social media. I want to distract myself. You have to learn how to react when those voices start to become louder in your heads. Right? When you're supposed to work on something, but all your brain can think about is, I want to do something else, right? You need to learn how to navigate through that storm, through that fog. And the real way to do it is with practice. Because it's like any skill. The more you practice it, the more you'll become better at it, right? And one of the best way for me personally is there's two things that I do every single morning that really helps me stay focused and grounded. And it helps me avoid that noise in my head. And the first one is to meditate. 20 minutes. It can be just 10 minutes, 5 minutes if you're a beginner, 3 minutes even. It doesn't matter. What is important is that you practice every single morning, right? It should be one of the first thing that you do. Why? Because it's like practicing your ability to stay focused throughout the day. So it shouldn't be done at night. It should be done as one of the first thing that you do every single morning, right? Because if I want to stay hydrated throughout the day, I won't drink my water at night, right? I will drink my water first thing in the morning. If I want to be clean throughout the day, I'll take a shower first thing in the morning, right? It's as simple as that. You practice the thing. You practice the things that will get you, that will make you a better person throughout the day first thing in the morning. So you want to make your meditation sessions one of the first things that you do. What I do personally is I wake up, I work for a bit, and then I go meditate. Like an hour, I work for an hour and then I go meditate. And when you meditate, your mind will go someplace else. It's perfectly normal. You'll start thinking about things, but you want to bring your mind back, right? So let's say I meditate right now. I meditate and I start thinking about my gym session right in a couple of hours. I start thinking about the work that I still need to do. I start thinking about what can I eat. Like I cannot wait to eat right now. I'm excited for my meal. Or I start thinking about random things like a TV series, right? Instagram, I don't know, anything. Your mind will slowly start to go someplace else. But this is why meditation is so important. You have to bring those thoughts back. You acknowledge those thoughts, right? You tell yourself, all right, right now I'm thinking about something, it's fine. And you bring back your attention in wherever you're supposed to stay focused. Like let's say you want to keep a focus on your breath, right? You acknowledge that thought, right? Now you bring back your attention on your breath. And it practices your brain and your ability to focus, right? Because if you do that like 10, 20 times throughout your meditation, what it does is it practices that habit and that skill, right? Because you think about it, you start thinking about something else. You acknowledge that, right? You acknowledge that you're thinking about something else that is not your breath. You bring that attention back, and now you're focusing back on your breath. What does it do for you? It practices that skill. It practices that mindfulness skill so that later, When you're supposed to be working and you think about Instagram, you think about TikTok, right? Then you have practiced that morning and you know that, okay, right now I'm thinking about social media, but I'm not doing that right now. This is not my cooling down period. This is my work period. So you bring back your attention to your work. And the second thing that I do every single day is I limit how the distractions can affect me, right? So in the morning, most people, they wake up and they take their phones and they start scrolling on social media. They start playing video games, right? They distract themselves. But what I do is every single day, I don't allow those distractions to affect me. And I limit them as much as possible, because when you start your day by distracting yourself, you create a craving, right? Because if you go on social media first thing in the morning, it teaches your brain that, wow, I don't need to work today, like to get those dopamine spikes. I just have to take my phone, go on social media, scroll a bit, and I'll be fulfilled, right? And throughout the day, if you do that in the morning, like the first thing in the morning, throughout the day, you'll have those cravings. When you try to work, like, oh man, I wish I was on Instagram right now. I wish I was on TikTok, right? It would be more fun than what I'm doing right now. So if you do that first thing in the morning, you create that dependency that you want to fulfill throughout the day. So when you learn about those two things and you combine them together, this is when it gets easier every single day to maintain that habit, like that, maintain that inner peace, right? And this is when it gets easier every single day to, understand that the distractions are just noise, and you don't need to act every single time you think about something. Like right now, I'm thinking about going on Instagram. I should stop the video that I'm doing and go on Instagram. No, it's not. This is not how it works, right? I'm doing something, and right now I'm not thinking about anything because my attention is fully here. Like I'm fully present right now. But if I were to think about something else, I would have to acknowledge that this is not what I'm doing right now. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's fine that I have those thoughts, those cravings, but it's not what I'm supposed to do. So I bring back my focus, and then I continue to focus on what needs to be done. And what helps that is not maintaining those cravings, not encouraging those cravings first thing in the morning. If you really want to go on social media, if you really, really, really want to, if you want to distract yourself, if you really want to consume adult content, do it when everything else is done. That way you don't have that craving when you're supposed to work, right? If you really want to do it, right, which I don't encourage because it creates a dependency and a craving for the next day. But if you really want to do it when everything else is done. And this is how you can keep your inner peace. And this is when you have a good inner peace, it gets so much easier to just focus on what needs to be done and to actually do it. So remember, just meditate every single day in the morning, one of the first things that you do. And don't let the noise, right, the distractions affect you. Block them in the first half of the day. If you really want to consume stuff, if you really want to go on social media, do it in the later half of the day. This is what I do. Every single day, I meditate when I wake up. Like, I work a bit and then I meditate. And then I work on what needs to be done. And on the second half of the day, I usually watch some like YouTube videos or like stuff that's considered fun, right? Like podcasts. I try to learn stuff on YouTube, but it's at the second half of my day when my work is done. Because otherwise, if I do watch those podcasts, those videos, first thing in the morning, then when I'm supposed to work, all I can think about is, man, those podcasts were fun. I learned so much. I should stop working and just listen to them. Right? You see my point, right? But I don't do that. I work and then It's like a reward, right? Then you get the reward at the end. So if you have trouble right now to focus and to cultivate your inner peace, this is what you need to do. Meditate and don't let distractions affect you first thing in the morning.